All right, what's up, people? Looks like we're live for another edition of the Wednesday tournament. This is the last time you'll see me without Gavin, at least for a while, and I have good news on that front. I would like to congratulate USA 2 on qualifying for the World Championships. This will be the second team that will represent the United States in Italy for the World Championships, I believe, in March. And that's our very own Gavin Wolpert, along with Kevin Bathurst, John Hurd, John Kraniak, and Warren Spector. They played five-handed. They played the maximum number of boards, basically. They played the finals of USA 1, which determined our first representative. And they lost a close match to the Nickel team, which is just a bevy of all-stars on that team that is also representing our country. So great job from both teams, but especially, these are some of my best friends in the bridge world right here. And I was thinking about this as I was coming on air. You've actually been exposed to and seen and heard a lot from both of these teams on this channel, which is something I'm super proud of. I'm so glad that they not only spend time kind of talking bridge to us, especially Gavin, obviously, but all these other guys will take time out of their day and just talk to anyone about bridge. And we are super happy that their success is apparent here. So congratulations, guys. What a grind. And we look forward to seeing what you do. And we look forward to having Gavin back next week and just kind of talk about the grind. Yeah, this is the second time they've done that. Gavin and Cran, the guy on the right, John Kraniak, they actually played four-handed and qualified for the World Championships a few years ago as well. So what a team. Congratulations to Warren Spector, who's not pictured as well. We have two great teams going to the World Championships with good chances of winning. So lots of experience on both teams. And I'm just super happy for these guys, and I know you are as well. So you've seen these guys. You've seen Bobby Levin, Steve Weinstein, Jeff Hampson on the channels. So it's so great that we get to kind of talk to these guys, and I have learned just a ridiculous amount of bridge from all the guys pictured and the ones we've just discussed as well. And I hope I can bring just a little bit of what I've learned from them to you guys as often as possible. So welcome to a wonderful celebration edition of the Wednesday morning tournament, and we will try to do our USA teams proud and get together and see if we can win this robot tournament. Again, match points as usual. This is our first board, and right-hand opponent is opening a spade. Nothing much to discuss here. We have a very nice overcall of two hearts, and we see it go two spades, three hearts, pass. Well, we're playing match points, so I want you guys to make your bid. This is an interesting one. Went past a spade, two hearts, two spades, three hearts, pass. In fact, you know what? Let me throw a poll up here and see how this goes. Do you want to pass or do you want to bid four hearts? Those are pretty much the only opportunities we have here. And I'm interested to see what you guys are thinking about this. Get you guys off of, if you're waking up, especially West Coasters out there, get yourself awake. I'm trying my best. The coffee's just kicking in, I think. Paul, thank you so much for that super chat. Appreciate that, buddy. And so here's what we're thinking, at least when we see these bids. We have overcalled, and we have a very nice hand. We have a little bit, we have a lot of extra values, basically, for what we're showing, especially with our shape. Our partner raising to three hearts is showing a couple things. They've passed originally. They can't have a good hand, and they would have other ways to maybe show better hands here. But in this spot, they're kind of wide-ranging with what they have because they certainly can't Q-bid, right? You have to recognize that. What would the Q-bid be here to show like a good raise of our heart overcall? It would be three spades, right? So if three spades is their Q-bid, that would be game forcing, basically. So they're really not going to be doing that in this spot. So their range is wide, and the opponents have bid and raised spades. So in this case, our shape being 6-4, and the fact that we're short in their best suit means that partners likely to have more workable values for us. And another thing that we can actually hit on in these tournaments is this is a best hand tournament. So if we have 13 and right hand opponent open the bidding and lefty's just raising, partner rates to have, close to that upper level range, like that 9 or 10 that we kind of need to do this. But here it's okay if we're forced to trump in the long hand. What we're trying to do is avoid losers. And Kathy brings up a good point. Trumping in the long hand doesn't do us any good. And we're not necessarily bidding this because we're going to take a bunch of spade roughs, right? That's not extra tricks. But what we are thinking is that when it goes one spade on our right and a raise on our left, partner is not precluded from having values in spades. They're just less likely to have those values, which means those values in more workable spots for us. Hearts, clubs, diamonds, right? Places we need to fill holes, right? So here, I think all of these things considered, especially considering partner doesn't have a cubit available that will show, they're gooder, they're better raises for our heart position. So we're going to bid 4 hearts, and I think the poll was with us. So good, you guys are on the same page. 65% of you want to kick it into game. I like this. I like my aggressive bidders on Wednesday morning. And we'll see if we're right when we hit dummy. Partner might be tabling a bag of hammers, but okay, great. All right, so here partner actually, doesn't have wastage in spades because they have the ace. All right, so this is a pretty good spot here. Take a moment and let's plan out our play just a little bit here. All right, we're in 4 hearts. It looks like it's a pretty decent contract based on what we can see. We have a few places where we might see a pitfall or two, but let's take a peek. So it's like good news, bad news on this one for me. Ace of spades, I love, that's over there. We get to take that trick. We don't have any spade losers. We would like to play diamonds from that dummy more than once probably. But we can't afford to do that without drawing some trump first. So we're either going to hope for trumps to be evenly distributed so that we can play a heart to our ace, heart to the king, and then start playing diamonds from that hand. Or we're just going to have to hope for, maybe the jack of hearts to be short as well and no diamond roughs are happening. The real risk here is if we break diamonds right away after winning this ace of spades, we, rate to kind of create a rough if diamonds are really bad for us. And what we'd want to avoid losing is more than 3 tricks. So technically, I could, as long as hearts aren't 4-0, I could just kind of play this hand to just lose 2 diamonds, right? And a club. That's 3 tricks. I'd like to try to avoid losing less than that. But here, that's kind of a worst case scenario. You don't want to lose more than that. And if you break diamonds now, you might now lose 2 diamonds, a diamond rough, and then a club that you have to lose, right? That club can't go anywhere. You see that, guys? When you have a nice side suit, but it's evenly distributed 4-4, you don't have any pitches, right? So here, you're just sitting there going, okay, I need to make sure. And here, this is all we're hoping is either an even distribution. We're certainly not going to take a finesse here. And okay, bad distribution. So now, what do you guys want to do? I've just drawn 2 rounds of trump, and I've ended in that dummy over there. Make your play. And I was doing this just so if trumps are dividing evenly, I get to play a diamond now, and then I get to cross over with the 10 of hearts and play another diamond. But here, unfortunately, we can't do that. And so how do you want to play this? And remember, this is an interesting one. I would guess most people would be in 4 hearts on this first hand, right? As far as just a field type discussion. Right, so if we play on diamonds now, what's the worst case that can happen? Right. Well, the worst case is if we play the jack, which is kind of what we want to do, and it goes low, low, and we lose to the queen. What happens if it goes now diamond to the ace, diamond rough, right? The real problem is if left-hand opponent has queen small of diamonds, right? Another problem is if we play diamond to the king, maybe hoping to avoid that. What if they have ace small? Now it goes ace of diamonds, diamond to the queen, rough. So can we afford to play diamonds is the question right now. And recognize that, again, we're not getting rid of that club loser, right? There's no way we're getting rid of a club loser in either of these hands. So we have to lose 1 club. And we may lose 2 diamonds, we may lose 1, but if we lose 2 diamonds, we rate to maybe see a ruff here. So this is a weird spot where honestly, I'm going to be safe on board 1. And if we get penalized, we'll have time to actually just move forward. So we're going to play the 10 of hearts. And now we're just going to safely lead a low diamond. This would be an imps play for sure. Right, and this is maybe a winning match point play in certain positions. Obviously, if ace queen is on our left, it didn't matter. Here, the queen, it was bad for us. Take a look. This is good. I think this is going to be okay for us, actually. I'm going to claim 1 loser. We know we're losing a club just so we can get to the results. And here, 57.1 for taking a position on board 1. I'll take it, right? Not too bad. Looks like we're tied for 5th to 9th. But let's look at this hand and see. If we had gotten diamonds wrong, we were going to get to a position of maybe the robot's getting it right, right? So here is the spot we got to. At the point where we play the king of hearts, what if we play this diamond now, right? What if we play the jack of diamonds and it goes low, and we play low, hoping to kind of avoid 2 losers, and it goes queen. Now it's over for us, right? It goes diamond to the ace, diamond ruff, and now they just sit back and wait for their club trick to come home, right? So I'm happy we went this way, considering I probably would have gotten this wrong. Diamond to the king would have been the same that we just did, right? We still lose 2 diamonds, right? We can't avoid it, so you're not going to play that way anyway. That's not the best spot. So yeah, and Matt brings up a good point. At imps, it was pretty clear what we did was right. At match points, it's close. Also, I think just what I'm thinking about is the totality of our hand, and here's the other part is, what were the other tables thinking? And here, I figured we'd see some of this, people not in game, and others just not necessarily making the total number of tricks. You know, and that some people did make plus 450. Let's see how they did that. They had the same auction, and well, they led the queen of diamonds. They didn't have the same auction. 1 spade, 2. Okay, so they passed 3 hearts, and then it went 3 spades, 4 hearts, which produced this whack job of a lead. So take a look. That's why we were not first. The left-hand opponent led the queen of diamonds if you didn't bid 4 hearts directly. Okay, we'll take that one. We'll take 57.1% on a hand where they went nuts at the other table on an opening lead. And by the way, let me just go back to that. You don't make these leads, guys. These positions, these queen smalls, even stiff queens, and stiff kings, obviously, they get finessed for. I would have finessed for this diamond, right? Especially give me an extra entry to dummy, or don't lead a spade. Boom, I'll cross the ace of spades, play the jack of diamonds, and then, do the same thing when I draw trump, ending in dummy initially as well. So there, I'm always going to get this wrong. Why would you do that? Why would you lead something and help me get it right away? Really bad bridge for opening leads, especially, unless you have an idea that it's right. Okay. Ooh, oh, wow. Make your bid, guys. 2 diamonds on your right. And this is your hand. Your right-hand opponent is preempting right away. Make your call. Remember, 2 diamonds on your right. Yeah, right. H owner, exactly. Almost. Yeah. Okay. So, a couple things we have to discuss here, and I think we saw this in one of the daily challenges that I just posted. First things first, 2 no trump is 15 to 18 balanced. All right, we need that to be exactly like our 1 no trump opening bid, because we just always have to have this bid available over your week 2. Okay, so here 2 no trump would not be enough for this hand, right? This is a 20 count. You might jump to 3 no, right? 3 no is not beyond the realm of possibility, but you have a doubleton ace of diamonds, and if partner doesn't table a good hand for you and they lead a diamond, you're in real danger, right? Especially when you're this short. The best bid is to show spades, but you cannot do that with just a normal overcall. Every overcall maxes out at about 17 or 18 total points, okay? So when we're above that, we can't make a normal overcall, right? We have to understand this is a 2-step process. And for those of you that have taken some classes on Bridge Lesson, you've heard of this called. The power double, a lot of you heard it called, but the super duper double should come to mind as well. We're going to double first, clearly a takeout double, and partner's going to think we have our normal takeout double, but it's what we do next that will define the strength of this hand. So we start with double, and boom, partner just bids 2 spades, and now we're ready to show our hand. So make your bid now, folks. Make your bid now that partner bid 2 spades. Matt, thank you so much for that super chat. I feel. Do you guys know it's my birthday on Friday or something? Yes, I'm a proud Libra. My whole family is basically October babies. My brother's the weird one. So how do we show this hand? Good question, Chris. I don't think they do. It's a little more advanced than I want to get into, but it is a very helpful spot for partner in these spots to be able to show bad hands to play Liebenthal. Over 2 diamonds, though, it's not going to happen as often, right? The only time they'll do that is when they have clubs, usually, because they can just bid 2 spades. And here, this is a bad hand, right? This is 0 to 8 points. The reason I'm asking you guys, it's important that we look at what the robot's going to think, and we see that the robot has certain ideas here. I would tend to only bid 3 spades with this in a realistic situation, and here's why. When I double and then I make any call, I'm showing at least that 19 or a good 18 plus as far as my values. I can see when I mouse over these bids that the robot is not going to think this is enough, right? When we see 3 spades, they think it's 16 plus. When they see 4 spades, it's 17 plus. So in a robot situation, I mean, you would be tempted to bid 4 spades also because you know you have a 9-card fit, but the key thing you have to understand is partner does not have to have anything. Could they pass your double? No, right? They can't pass your double. If I bid anything else here, I'm going to kind of be denying a spade fit. So I'm either bidding 3 or 4 spades. And in a real spot, I would just bid 3. In this situation, because the robot has kind of differing ranges here, I'm just going to jump to 4 spades. Yeah, this double cannot be passed. The only time it would ever be passed is if partner had like a whole bunch of diamonds and wanted to convert this into a penalty double. So when we see partner bid 2 spades, we have to understand that the range of their hand is this. It's 0 to about 8 points. So picture your hand opposite the lower end of that range. Right? Do you want to be playing 4 spades opposite 0 points from partner? And recognize that the strength isn't here. It's to your left. If partner has nothing, your lefty has all the goods behind you, right? Other than diamonds. So here, I don't think I'd want to play with partner having nothing. So that's why 3 spades should certainly be, hey, I have this hand. I have a hand that couldn't bid spades directly or couldn't make a call directly. I'm too strong. Here, we have to make sure we get the game playing with the robots, so we're just going to jump to 4. Let's see what we buy here. Partner has a nice hand. And here, it's important. I mean, I would hope they would have bid 4. I guess we can see in the results what the opponents did, but this won't be too hard to play, it looks like. So here, let's just get through this quickly. We're playing from the north hand. They're the ones that started this thing. And hopefully then it doesn't go hard rough here. Ooh, nice. All right, so this is nice. We're going to be able to pitch away our diamond on that good heart in our hand. And drawing trump is not going to be too hard to count. This is a nice... Oh, no! Bad break. What a bad beat on this hand. Unbelievable. These robots. That 2-0 break is going to crush us. Now we're gloating here. This is terrible. All right, so here we're just going to cross over. No need to take any finesses on this. They've done good for us here. And there goes our pitch. They didn't get their rough in. Uh-oh. They're going to be yelling at each other. Robot argument after board 2. Well, the 3 diamonds is interesting, David. You could bid 3 diamonds on this hand. And honestly, if you're playing with a good partner, that's not the worst call. But your robot partner is going to usually get really confused in those spots, and I don't like kind of making bids like that honestly I'm not really I'm not really sure they're equipped to handle. But David brings up a very good point, and what he's saying is when we're here, right, deciding whether to bid 4 spades or 3 spades, 3 diamonds is a very good bid because it says, hey, I have a really strong hand. The issue is, it doesn't necessarily. Well, I guess we can always correct the spades as well. So we could do this. I think with a competent partner, that's maybe your best choice. However, in situations like these with the robots, I tend to try to do something pretty direct and straightforward. Just as a general rule, I don't have a lot of faith in my partner understanding some more deep bids, but very good point, David. All right, so let's take a look. Board 3. All right, this is a normal 1-no opener. Let's dance. I love when I get to open a no trump. All right, this is the weird robot. I think this is a minor suit Stamen. Yeah, okay. So don't play this. If you want a good minor suit lesson, there's one on bridgelesson.com that has the expert standard methods for minor suit transfers. But here, this is basically just asking about our minor suit holdings. We're going to bid 2 no trump, and this is just going to say, hey, I don't have a 4-card minor. I don't have interest in minors. This is always shortness. And it would be, in any case, when you transfer to a minor and bid a major, it's shortness. And all we're doing for partner here is we're confirming that, okay, I know you're short in spades. I still want to play 3 now. And you should. You have very good spade stoppers here. This is obviously not the ideal system. So I don't want you guys playing something like this. But I just want you to understand that in these situations, you're perfectly fine when you have good stoppers in that suit to be able to do this. The other really good thing about these tournaments with the robots is being able to just click on the auction and know what their bids are. Don't hesitate to do that when something looks weird, right? Just because you play it some way doesn't mean the robots do. So be careful on that. Let's see. Not too bad. Partner actually has the ace of spades. So that's spade shortness, but it's absolutely that. So take a look, guys. Count your winners, and let's see what we're doing. Michael. Okay, I only had 14 high card points. You're right. I did upgrade this. I thought I counted 15, but I went a little too fast. However, I will tell you that when I play solo, when I'm not recording, I usually open all my 14-point hands with 1 no trump. I always upgrade. You guys know that. But I would not teach you to upgrade with this hand. However, I will tell you as a robot strategy, if you are competent in your no trump play, especially, opening with 14 is usually a pretty good edge for everybody. However, it's not for the faint of heart, and it carries a lot of risk when it goes bad. Against robots, Michael. Only against robots. And only because this is a best hand tournament as well, right? It's a totally different animal. It's not real bridge technically in these spots, right? And in let's put it that I am never worried about me playing no trump. Let's put it that way. If you are new to the game, you don't really necessarily want to be playing slim 1 no trump contracts all the time. So yeah, 15 to 17 is your best range. But yeah, 4 triple 3, I would never open a no trump in a real game unless I was playing 14 to 16 no trumps, and then that's a different system. All right. This is just going to all be about clubs, right? We have a one-way finesse and only a one-way finesse, right? We have king third, opposite ace jack, empty fifth. We are going to play left-hand opponent here for the queen because that's our only choice. So we're just going to play a club to the king, and we're going to take a finesse if we don't see the queen here. And okay, so bad break in that suit. Let's take a second. We know that right-hand opponent has started with queen 10 9 fourth. So not only do they have 4 of them, they have really good ones sitting behind us, right? So let's just take a second and realize we took 2 tricks already. We have 1 more with the ace of clubs. That's 3. 2 diamonds for 5, the ace of hearts for 6, and the king of spades for 7. So we need some extra tricks for sure. Where are they going to come from? Well, the diamond pitch is not too bad to our left, right? That might provide us with an extra trick in that suit for sure. The club position isn't hopeless, and that's because we could develop a trick, but I mean, are we going to have enough entries to get over there enough times to not only develop clubs, but actually be able to realize this trick? Doesn't look too good. I am going to play this hand to take an extra diamond, hopefully, and then maybe get them to lead a spade from my left-hand opponent's position at some point. And that's all I'm going to try to do. It looks like I'm not really going to want to lose a bunch of tricks. And honestly, I wouldn't mind righty being end played in clubs at some point as well if that's their only option. But here, I'm going to take the ace of clubs and I'm going to reconcile. I'm never going to lead a club from my side again, right? Because that's just recipe for disaster. And now I'm just going to duck a diamond to the 10 here. Unless I see the queen, which I don't know. That's interesting. I'm going to play the king here, and then I'm going to play the 10 of diamonds from my hand and see what happens. Okay. This time I'm going to duck. All right? We need to preserve that entry to dummy, and take a look. We've good and bad news here. We've done something good. We've done something bad. Now we see the diamonds are breaking 5-1. So we've developed a diamond trick for sure because we have a nice finesse position here, basically. However, we created a diamond trick for our lefty as well. All right, so we'll take the good with the bad. We'll take our extra diamond. I'm okay with this. And there goes a club pitch. It's not the worst thing. Let's do that. I'm going to abandon clubs completely, and I'm just going to try to keep my right-hand opponent off lead as much as possible. They'll cash a diamond now. Ooh, they'll lead a heart. All right, so now we're just trying to put lefty on lead with diamonds and spades. No! Ooh, maybe we have righty on lead? No, they're going to lead a spade here. Yeah, we can't do it, guys. Sorry. Unfortunate. Oh, no! The queen of spades was outside! No! What am I doing? Obviously, I have to play the jack of spades at the end. It's the only way to make it. My goodness. I hate myself, guys. Look at this. Look at this ending. We had it. Oh, no. This ending is perfect. We actually got exactly what we wanted, and I was just too busy talking to actually realize it. We get our extra diamond, magic. We take that. And now comes the heart. And I forgot, he didn't have a diamond. He pitched the diamond earlier. So I'm talking the perfect spot here. We win the ace of hearts. We get the end play we want, and we just don't have the, we don't have the actual mental capacity to actually talk and play the jack of spades at the same time. Look at that, guys. What would we have gotten there? So this is why we need the 85 to 42. Okay. Oh, upsetting. So, yeah, you're right, guys. We didn't look too good at the start, right? It looked like it was maybe no chance whatsoever. But as you can see, we stuck to it. At least to a certain point, we stuck to it. And your dumb instructor here just didn't take the spade finesse at the end for the 9 tricks that we had. So, too bad, guys. Sorry about that. But you can see that nothing is absolutely hopeless, right? The fact that they pitched a diamond and that we saw when we let a low diamond, it went hop queen. That's a really good sign, right? It means it's either stiff queen or queen jack, which gives us that finesse. And then this play, guys, this was the interesting one because of the lack of entries. So we had to play it this way, either way, right? We have to play the 10, and even when we see the jack, we preserve our entry. If we play the ace of diamonds now, right, we have to now give them a diamond, and now we can't get back to dummy. So this is a cool spot, at least. And at least I did something right on this hand. Unfortunately, we didn't follow through and get the absolute perfect result there. But we have 5 boards left. This is yeah, it is why this is good with 2 people, because one of us can be talking and the other one can be thinking. It's really hard to do both, for sure. So how do we know the queen was in east? Which suit are you talking about, Michael? The queen of diamonds, you mean? We didn't know anything really about this hand, right? We did know that when right-hand opponent, when we play a low diamond from dummy and righty jumps up with the queen, we know it's either a singleton or something like queen jack tight, right? So, the spade, we don't know it's to the right, but it's our only chance at success. It was our only chance at 9 tricks. And really, to be honest, the worst case scenario, I thought it was queen X to my left. I can make a very clean play and test both hypotheses right there. So it was just bad. It was a bad play by Rob. Don't tell Gavin next week. All right, guys, make your bid with this one. This is an interesting hand. Board 4, almost halfway through. Yeah, and the robot, again, I think you guys have heard me mention this before. The robot doesn't do what's called stiff their honors too often, meaning they don't if they have king X behind like an ace position, they'll almost never stiff down to singleton king. Or in that case, queen X, they would never stiff down to singleton queen. So in my head, I'm just assuming lefty had queen X of spades because of their opening lead, but I forgot at the end that that's the robot leading. The robot just could have that. Although they did have 10 9 8 7 6, so I mean, I just had them on an interior sequence like queen 10 9, something like that. But. All right, so this is a weird one. This is one of the few times I might consider doubling with a 5-card major. However, I still can't bring myself to do it. I'm going to bid 2 hearts. Then we see 3 hearts past 4 spades. The heart suit is shabby, you're right, but here's what I don't want. And you can see nothing was really going to happen differently on this auction, at least from our perspective initially, because of the opponent's hands. But when I am thinking about what I want to do, I do not want to double and end up playing in a 4-4 minor suit fit when I have a 5-3 major suit fit. Even though if I were going to do it, this would be the hand I would do it with. And if my hearts were worse, maybe I have jack fifth. I don't know. I probably would still consider opening or overcalling hearts. But here we're left with another decision. Do we make a call here? Do we want to make a call here? Let me just ask you guys that first. And I'm gonna pull this up. Bid or no bid? Bid, no bid. All right, that's question 1 here. And I'll give you the parameters you should be thinking about always. You should be thinking about the colors first of all, right? And you should just kind of be thinking about whether your hand is offensive or defensive, and what your prospects are for each of these situations. And recognize 3 hearts was definitely a heart raise, right? A spade raise, excuse me. It was definitely raising spades, showing a good 10 or more, right? All right. I like, it's a good pass when your aggressive audience is like 82% to pass. So it's aggressive to bid. And here, I don't want to double for penalty for sure, right? And honestly, I'm not sure it would be. The robot might take it as this. 4-0 trump is an option that would just be, hey, take me out somewhere. And that's a bid you might consider, especially if you weren't vulnerable, but you might just be beating 4 spades here, right? Especially if they only have an 8-card spade fit. You know they're getting a pretty horrific break in spades, and you have some quick winners outside of the suit that you bid with. This is a best hand tournament, so you do have 15 points, but recognize that you have 15. And when we talk points around the table, we're just talking high cards, right? So 15 total. Give this person, I don't know, give them 13. They open the bidding. That's 28. This person showed 10, right? So what's partner looking at over there? I don't know, something like that, right? And it could be anything around this number. But recognize that even though this hand is very nice and shapely, and is likely to have a fit with partner unless they just have a whole bunch of spades over there, you don't necessarily want to be playing at the 5 level vulnerable when you might just be nipping 4 spades a few tricks. So here, I would be worried to double just because the robot's at this table across from me. So I think we're just going to let this one go and let discretion be the better part of valor. If I were going to do anything, I would bid 4-0 trump though. And then 4-0 trump would just be, hey, bid something. Yeah, David, you're right. If partner has that hand, we might just rip 11 tricks in clubs. You are absolutely right. But if a frog had wings, it wouldn't bump its tail along the road either. And I don't want it to go 5 clubs or 4-0 trump 5 clubs double and we go minus 500 when they're going minus 104 spades, right? That's the problem with these decisions. We have the toughest decisions here. And I am just going to elect to pass and see what happens. And we have a great lead, right? We have the ace of diamonds. All right, let's keep going with that one. Beautiful. Tapping declare already. We love this. We'll give partner, I don't know. Yeah, Mark, in real life, double should be for penalty there because 4-0 would be your takeout bid. So that would be a normal agreement to have there where, doubles are takeout through the level of 4 hearts, basically. So when you get past the 4 heart level, doubles are usually kind of understood just to be, I'm not sure why I took the ace of hearts, but we'll just exit a club here. think partner's going to have something to say here. I hate the robot sometimes. Yeah, okay. So 42.9. Let's see what the other tables did. They doubled it and got one more. I'm just not willing to do that there. The rest of the field kind of stayed along this side. I think you're just destined to have the same auction when you double or you bid 2 hearts. Take a look. When you double, let me get you over to the results here. When you double, it goes 2 no trump, which is Jordan. It's a raise of spades, and then it just goes 4 spades. Yeah, I don't love doubling here, especially because the robot is just prone to do weird stuff when this happens. In a real sense, it's hard not to take action with this hand. I mean, I totally get when we get to the 4 spade level, the problem that this hand presents, and it's mainly because the south hand, our hand on this one. Let me get back to our table. It is just an unknown, right? The diamonds look like they'll be tricks. We're always nice when we have quick tricks outside of the suit we've advertised, and really the idea that partner has a good spade suit here is still in the mix as well. We know partner didn't have much, and here, look at our prospects for playing this thing. It's not too sexy, right? Especially the best contract we can play is probably diamonds, I guess, and if they start leading trumps very quickly, we have a lot of problems, right? So playing this hand would have been pretty bad for us. Defending was best. If we were confident enough to double, which I certainly wasn't, we would be okay, but still not the worst. It looks like, especially this last one was very average-ish, right? So you only had a few outliers there. So this is the spot where we're just gonna sit back and still grind. We have lots of time, and we can certainly do some weird stuff here. So I want you guys to make your bid here. I'm gonna give you 3 options. How about that? How about this? Make your call. And when I ask that, I need 2 seconds, guys. And if there's a knock on my door, I'll be right back. Hang on 1 second. I was just thinking that this would be a great April Fool's joke if I just said, yeah, I'll be back in 1 second and just never come back. Like, hey, see you later. All right, so let's take a look. Okay, very good, guys. We're making the right bid here for most of you, and that is Jacoby 2 no trump. The 2 other bids I put up there, 4 hearts would just be a closeout bid. It would show a bad hand and a lot of hearts, less than 10 points. 3 spades is what we would call a splinter bid. It's a double jump in a suit, and it shows a 4-card raise and singleton or void in the suit that we're bidding. However, there are 2 downsides to this. Number 1, we usually don't want to splinter with singleton aces. And number 2, we're way too strong. We splinter when we have a specific hand. This hand with like an 11 count and high card points would be a perfect splinter, right? You'd bid 3 spades with like a singleton small spade. Maybe make that a singleton small spade. Maybe you're still too strong, but it's closer. Jacoby 2 no trump is what we want to do with all of our big hands because we're going to get more information. Think about this. Wouldn't we love to hear partner bid 3 diamonds here, right? If partner bids 3 diamonds, our hand just skyrockets in value, meaning partner shows shortness in diamonds in response to us. So we want to get those responses on the table from partners so we can figure out what's best to do. We're definitely thinking slam, right? We just don't know how high yet. Start with 2 no trump, and again, the better your hands are, the slower you should go unless you just have perfect information. So here, partner bids 3 clubs, fine, right? They have shortness in clubs, which honestly isn't the worst for us because it looks like we might be able to rough some clubs out and create pitches for partner. We know they have at least one pitch now, maybe two if they're void. We're going to continue the conversation. And, well, you guys continue the conversation. Make your bid. I'm sick of doing all this work, and obviously I'm terrible at it. Look at this, 42 in a row. Especially, oh man, number 3 is so embarrassing. Unreal how bad I am. Just the most normal, you can see how bridge is so frustrating. It's the most normal play, and I'm going to think about it, even though technically it's meaningless, I'm going to think about it for like 6 days. Well, let's hope we win. That's what we need. We're still not too bad here. All right, so we definitely know we're playing slam, or we know we're going to try to play slam. And the start of that process is communicating our desire to do this. 3 hearts would be a bid that says, hey, I'm still, want to conserve room, but I'm not sure what to do. Any new suit instead, though, is a control bid, and we're going to bid our controls up the line. So here, what I mean by up the line is we're going to control bid our lowest available control. And now partner bids 4 hearts. Make your bid again. All right, so we bid 3 spades, showing first or second round control. Partner bid 4 hearts. What do you do? I'm surprised with my aggressive audience that no one wants to continue. You have to understand, and I think I respect those of you that don't want to continue because you're looking right here, and you rightly so should be looking right here. We shouldn't be bidding 4 no trump. Okay, we can't do that because we might have 2 quick losers in that diamond suit. Okay, and that's an issue, but it's an issue we can communicate to partner very quickly. All right, and we can do that by just making another control bid. I'm not going to make the control bid of 5 clubs because I would be denying second round control in spades on that way. I'm going to bid 4 spades. And I just want to hear partner bid 5 diamonds or this. I want to see partner take control. And now I can show, again, we play 14-30, but the robots play 0-3-1-4. So we're going to bid 5 clubs to show 3 key cards, our 3 aces. And now partner confirms that we have all the key cards. And they bid 5 no trump. Make your bid, guys. What do you do in response to 5 no trump? I love this hand. This is such a good instructional hand. I mean, it might be a total disaster score-wise, but... So I wouldn't take this as partner. When we bid 3 spades, if partner has a diamond control, they don't have to show it. They could have just said to themselves, well, I know you're interested in slam. That 4 heart bid was clearly now, in hindsight, a situation where they were just saying, hey, I don't have enough values to go looking for slam. But when we prod them further is when they get to the point where they're willing to cooperate. Here, this 5 no trump bid, very important, we recognize is 2 very, very, very important things. Number 1, it shows that we have all the key cards in the queen of trump. We're never bidding 5 no trump if we don't have all those key cards. And it asks us to bid our kings specifically, which is bid the king you have at the lowest available level, right? So if you had the king of clubs and the king of diamonds, you would bid 6 clubs, right? If you had the king of diamonds, not the king of clubs, you bid 6 diamonds. If you have no kings below the trump suit, you simply return to the trump suit. Here we have the king of clubs. We know partner has shortness here, but it's still useful information. We're going to pass that along. And now they just decide to sign off in 6 hearts. I would guess they were looking for the king of diamonds, but who knows? We'll see. Let's see if we did a good job here. Oh, they weren't looking for the king of diamonds. They just had the nuts here. Beautiful. All right. Take a look for a second how we're going to play this one. What's going to be our overarching strategy here? What are we going to have to do to be successful? Yeah, David, very good point. If you had the king of clubs and the king of diamonds, you would just bid 7 hearts. And here's why. You would know you have everything covered, right? Partner can't be asking for anything more than that. So yeah, very, very good point. I like it. And honestly, it looks like partner's 5-no here was just, hey, bid 7 if you think it's right. Because they didn't really have, they knew we had the top 2 controls in spades. We'd already shown that. They knew we had control in clubs now. And the cool thing is, do we have the Queen of Hearts, guys? This is a great hand. I love this hand. Do we have the Queen of Hearts? Partner said we did. What the heck is partner doing? Are they right? Are they wrong? Why did they say that we had all the key cards in the Queen of Trumps? It's because they knew we had 10 hearts together. When we bid Jacoby 2-no Trump on this hand, and let me remind you of the auction, we showed that we had a 4-card raise of hearts. So partner, even though they tried to sign off, which you can understand with their 11 count here, knowing they had 10 trumps, they knew we had the queen, basically. That's the card. So here, I should recognize, or you guys should, we're going to rough 2 spades and dummy as long as we don't get a terrible break. And we're going to pitch the jack of diamonds on the king of clubs. And this hand is over. If we get a bad heartbreak, we will reconvene. I will prepare for a bad heartbreak. And here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to play the jack of hearts from my hand. And this is a robot play. If they cover, with their queen third, that's awesome. And if they don't, I just get a free look at this. So this is a no harm play. Just play the king, and now we can just claim, right? Now that we know trumps are breaking evenly, I can claim 11 tricks. And 71.4, not too bad. Not too bad. It looks like other tables were probably one person bid 7. Good luck to you. Okay, but whatever. They had their betting shoes on a little bit tighter than we did, but we'll take 71.4%. We have 3 boards left. Looks like we're around the 5th, 6th range, so not the best, guys. Here we go. We're gonna dance. We're gonna do it again. We did it the first time. We should have had a better score if I played it correctly, but I'm gonna open a no trump again, only because we're behind, and it looks like we're probably significantly behind because we scored 71.4 and we didn't really go up anywhere. So here I'm just trying to get us a little bit of a swing by doing something weird. In reality, I would open this a club 100% of the time, but we're opening a diamond. A no trump. It goes 2 diamonds, which I think is the majors for the robots. And double is interesting. Double says, hey, partner, I want you, or it should say, I want to defend at least one of these suits. I'm not sure if that's what the robot's going to say here. It just is kind of vague on their description, but that's what it should show. When they make a 2-suited bid on either side and we double it directly, it should be, I want to defend one of the suits they just showed. Right, so here we're always going to pass, and obviously we've shown our hand partners in control. So East chooses spades. Partner bids 3 diamonds. So maybe partner was just doubling diamonds to show diamonds. I can't tell now. But here, again, when we open a no trump, it's easy for us. We just let them sit back and enjoy. Make your lead, guys. What are you going to lead on this auction? Yeah, David, the last one, the robot probably could have bid 7 hearts, especially knowing that we had spade controls. Right? When we plunked down the king of clubs, that was such a good card for them. Right? So yeah, I think the robot on the last hand probably should kick it into 7, but we certainly weren't going to do that. And that's another lesson for you guys. And I hate to talk about the last board while you're making a decision here, but when someone bids 4-no trump, they're the ones that are going to be in control of your destination, usually, right? And that was partner's job there. So interesting choices. I'm going to lead the 7 of spades. And I like the idea of the jack of diamonds, but this is so important a concept that I want to just really drive it home. When the opponents have shown 2 suits and one of them is taking a preference. Now here, it looks like they might have a double fit, but I'm not worried about leading away from my king, number one, because the strength is likely on my left, okay? But also, I want to avoid them roughing out the other suit, right? Or the other side suits. I have stoppers and hearts, so I'm not worried about them running that entire suit, okay? And I'm still gonna have chances later. So here I'm just trying to keep them from roughing in either hand, especially the short hand if they're about to do that. And there goes a spade. And take a look, guys. Did I lose a spade trick here? Right? I played low 10. Right, did we lose anything? No, right? Because we're still going to take a trick with this king at some point. Here, we're in the worst position ever. We have king jack third and they have ace queen 10. So it looks like at some point we're going to have to get in and just start cashing some tricks. And here, oh my goodness, they're just embarrassing with the amount of richness they have here. Let's hope those hearts are 3-2 over there. Okay, thank goodness. They gave us a chance to get in. We know it's end for us, right? We know they have 3 heart tricks, so this is an easy defense, actually. Ace of clubs, play your diamond. And now, party's over, right? All the tricks are good. And we can just concede. But we won't. We'll let them have their fun. I always like when the robot roughs these at the end, too. Yeah, just to show. All right, terrible result for us. And that is because lots more bidding went on here, guys. And this is what happens when you open one no trump. Look at the problem. If we open a club, which we could have done, and let me get us to the actual results. You just have this wild auction to 4 clubs or 5 clubs, right? If we open one no trump, we have an auction where we let the opponents play 3 spades for 7%. And let's take a look. This player, actually, they played 3 spades without opening a no trump. So we were the only ones that actually had this auction. But this is what we risk, right? And when I bring variance in, and I'm bringing variance in for the simple reason that I know we're behind, right? I can see the score in this live tournament. I was tied for 5th and 6th with like 50-something%. So when I open a no trump, I'm trying to bring the variance in for my direction. But the issue is I bring the variance in to the other bad direction as well. And this is a classic example of this. Just my choice of opening bids gets me from, hey, let's open a no trump to, hey, oh my goodness, you have people playing 5 clubs, you have people playing 3 no trump, you have this all over the place. And when I open a no trump, the opponents just get to play 3 spades, which is interesting. Usually it's the other way around. And honestly, the reason I do this is because it usually is such a positive expected value for us when we open a relatively light one. However, here it's weird. The opponents getting into the auction after we opening a no trump is actually less likely, but they get in there. Yeah, Kathleen, I don't necessarily recommend doing this unless you really want to try to win. And in these tournaments, honestly, we're just trying to win for the most part with giving you guys as much information as possible and maybe showing you some tricks on how to do this. But yeah, you're right. A lot of times it leads to a score like this terrible result. But we get on the saddle again and we just start bidding this hand. And we're going to start with a heart. Super strong hand here. We're not going to do anything else but this. And wow, take a look. Make your bid, guys. I like this hand. We might have a chance to get a little bit of a score. I tell you what, we want to get up to like 50-something%. We want to get to top 5. And I'm not going to say we can win because it looks like that ship has sailed, especially when we try for variance and get punched with a 7% game. Yeah, Michael, thanks. Thank you, and I will tell you that. And when you go to my regular bridge lesson classes, I don't teach robot bridge, obviously. Yeah, we're not teaching the bad stuff. We're teaching the actual expert level agreements and the way you should be playing and bidding. Here, we're having fun for sure. And honestly, I would go back on board 6, and in this similar situation, I would do the same thing. I'm not upset at all, especially knowing the ridiculousness of the difference of bids. So here, we don't have to bid 6 hearts. In fact, I plan to, by the way. I want to. But I want to try to play 7, right? So I'm gonna actually just start bidding controls, right? And now partner jumps to 6 hearts. I mean, my goodness. We showed 1 control and they jumped to 6 hearts. I mean, we are behind. Wow, 48.8%. All right. I'm going to ask you guys, and don't put it in the chat. I want you guys to make your bid for our tournament. This is our tournament, guys. You've been amazing before. In fact, when I've done this, you're betting 100%. Is it 6 or is it 7? And think of this. I'm gonna just draw your attention to a few things that are important. The opponents have lots of spades, clearly, and partner doesn't rate to have a lot of their values in spades, okay, based on the auction we see. We showed a control in clubs and partner not looking at the ace of diamonds jump to 6 hearts. That makes sense, right? So partner isn't looking at the ace of diamonds and they still jump to 6 hearts. Yeah, exactly. Otto. We slowly converted Gavin to let's win, and but we always admit the same, right? We'll do weird stuff here, but when you see us, I mean, if you see us playing live, we're not doing anything weird other than some tactical bids that are just expert standard type stuff. But for the most part, we're just down the middle type players, right? We don't like to get too out of this. All right, guys, we got to go with the Democratic vote here, and it is slightly over 50% to bid 7. I'm bidding 7. I'm happy that you guys are bidding 7, and here's why. We need it. We need it really bad, all right? And I think partner has ace, king, fifth of hearts or something, and that's enough, right? And like the king of diamonds, something like that is perfectly reasonable, especially considering, look, that partner didn't have a cubit again, right? They couldn't show a really good raise, so their range is huge. And the fact that they jumped to 6 hearts over 5 clubs means I want to bid 7. So I'm going to do that. I might be wrong, but guess we can't go too much further down, right? There aren't that many places below us. All right, magic. We are on a finesse basically, but maybe not. We're not on a finesse because we can actually rough out clubs possibly for an extra pitch. So here, this is a really decent slam, or we hope it's a really decent one. We're going to draw some trump here. Yeah, of course, we're getting a bad break. Not surprising. Now we have a little issue, right? You see what the problem is? We have to draw 3 rounds of trump. Everybody okay with that? And let's take a look at the auction. 3 spades on our left. That's a 7-card spade suit. So it looks like righty had 3 spades. They have 3 hearts. Sounds like they're like, it could be like 5-3-3-2 or something like that. The good thing is that the spade bidder is on our left, right? So the king of diamonds does rate to be on side, which is a good thing, right? Yeah, we want to save entries to the south hand, and we always have the ace of diamonds as an entry, and maybe an extra one if we do take a diamond finesse, if we have to. But the problem here is that if we want to avoid a diamond finesse, which we certainly do, we're going to have to pitch 2 diamonds from dummy, right? Which wouldn't be a problem because usually we'd just be able to rough 2 spades over here. However, we roughed 1, we drew a round of trump, and we have to draw 2 more. So we can only rough 1 of those spades. So we have to decide, do we try to rough out clubs, right away, and then pitch and rough enough spades in our hand and cross over the ace of diamonds? We have a lot of work to do. The good thing is we have all good trumps, right? We have all the top trumps, so we can certainly execute that sort of play. The problem is, what if right-hand opponent is, has some sort of weird hand with lots of diamonds and short clubs, right? That is certainly a weird spot as well. I don't know. Let's take a second here. This is an important hand. Yeah, there's 2 hearts left out, right? We just drew, we roughed the spade, right? And then we played the jack of hearts, and we saw lefty show out, right? Yeah. The club break is what I think we're going to go for here. I mean, it seems really unlikely that righty would be roughing the 2nd round of clubs, and if they are, oh well. So here we have a nice way to just rough high and test. Okay, perfect. All right. And now I think we can have the best of all worlds here. Let's make sure. If we rough a spade, right, we will now play, well, we can draw 2 rounds of trump, rough a spade. I think we still have to take a diamond finesse, guys. Because here, if we rough a spade in our hand, we'll be in our hand, right? Now we can draw 1 round of trump and rough another spade, but now we're stuck in our hand with ace, queen, jack of diamonds, and jack 7 of clubs, all right? Everybody see the problem here? We still can't do it, I think. I think maybe we were just in the wrong hand initially, I guess. All right? Anyone see a way? You can point out if I'm not seeing it, but I see an issue for us, right? And it's just the way we have to play this. we have to draw 2 rounds of trump before playing those clubs, right? And we have to play those clubs at some point, right? So, yeah, we need the king of diamonds finesse. Unfortunate, right? We don't want to ever be in a slam on a finesse. However, this is certainly a finesse that rates to win, I would say. So here, let's actually draw a couple rounds. There's a diamond. There's a spade. Let's put our diamond on the table. All right. Thank you. We'll take plus 2210 for 96.4. We needed it. We needed it, folks. What did we jump up to? 5th place. Okay, good. So we're right on the threshold. Let's try to go deeper down the rabbit hole, guys. Good bid. Good bid, teammates. 96.4. We were one of 2 players to actually get to that Grand Slam. Now we're cooking, guys. All right. We're going to be weird again. I'm going to tell you 2 things. This is a bid that is 1,000%, and I hate saying anything over 100%, but this is how important it is. It's 1 spade always. 1 spade, 1 spade, 1 spade. You show your 4-card major always. We're going to hide our 4-card major because we're playing match points and we're behind. And we're going to jump to 3-note trump to keep this totally hidden and hopefully get a lead like this, which is amazing, right? So here we've hopefully put in a little variance that's helpful this time. We will see when we get the result. And if this class teaches you nothing, it will definitely teach you how to play from behind. So this is a spot where I am certainly going to try to show you that method, absolutely. And here we're just home free, right? I'm not going to take a club finesse, folks. If you take a look at this. Well, I am going to take a club finesse. Give me a second here. This is a spot where I guess, let's see, we have 4 diamonds. We have a heart for 5, 2 spades for 7, and a club for 8. So we already have our 9 tricks. We could certainly take a lot more here. We've lost 2 tricks already. We have 1 other. So we could take 10 or 11, right? And I think we're going to try to take 11 because we do want to take a club finesse here. We know that left-hand opponent started with 5 spades. Right, it went spade, spade, and show out on our right. All right, and then it went heart to our ace. Usually I would play clubs, ace of clubs towards the queen, right, to develop the most amount of tricks. But think about it in this respect. We'll lose a 3rd trick, right, and then we'll have all 10. So it's kind of exactly what we would have if we took a finesse and it lost, right? It's the same exact scenario. But if we take a finesse and it wins, right, now we have a spot where we might get to take extra tricks. So first things first, what I really kind of want to see is a cover here, because that would give us a pathway to extra tricks as well. But here, we're just going to default to the same. And I think I can just claim here, and they'll get that. All right, 64.3 on that last one. I don't know if the bidding was helpful. It seems like 3-0 was probably on the menu anyway. And all right, we held firm. I knew we were kind of way behind at the beginning. We just had too many bad boards, especially that board 6 was kind of a crippling result for us. But let me take a look at the actual results of this tournament, get you over the right page here. And there we go. So this last one looks like, let's see if we can see the other tables now. Yeah, it's pretty normal. It's unfortunate. You did have a lot of people kind of bidding it differently, but taking the same number of tricks. And when we see the deal from our perspective, you know, we basically just have a normal 3-no contract. What we wanted there was like maybe a spade fit, but more balanced hands, and then we get to pip them a little bit. But best we can do. And as you saw today, getting behind can be a fun experience. I mean, it's never that fun, but it certainly opens up different types of strategies that you wouldn't think of normally. Board 7 is a huge win for us, though. Congratulations for all you guys getting to Grand Slam today. Even those of you that didn't want to bid it, you were still along with us. Right? I think that particularly was a good hand to look at for a number of things, mainly the position we were in, and the jump to 6 hearts is just such a descriptive bid, I think, right? You showed 5 clubs, and partner, knowing that they're not looking at one of the other aces, is willing to play a small slam. So that's kind of a real descriptive type bid. So I hope you guys learned a lot, and I am looking forward to welcoming back our USA 2 teammate Gavin to the broadcast next week. And as usual, you will see a bunch of those other pros that are playing in all those World Championship events right here on this channel. So stay tuned, and don't forget the new broadcast is a daily event, Monday through Friday. I'm doing a weekly challenge with the robots. So it's me against the robots for 10 boards, 2 boards a day. So take a look at that. I'm just going to try to give you guys my thought process as often as I can and coach you up to get to higher levels at the bridge table. So thanks for watching, guys. And don't forget, the quiz class is this afternoon at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time on bridgelesson.com. We're going over card combinations, which is a great way to just practice your chops and always just know what to do with certain holdings. So join us for that, 3:30 p.m. today. And if I don't see you there, I'll either see you in other classes or at those tables out there. So take care, guys, and have a wonderful week.